Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I feel so excited. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to support my videos. If you're new to my channel, my name is Belinda Oyugi and welcome to this channel. So guys, as you can see behind me, I'm just on my way to the school where I schooled when I was very young. That's why I did where I stepped first when my parents decided they want to take me to school. So let me show you something. So from the previous video, this is the home I was telling you. This is my home where I grew, but you can see a path coming this way. So this is the path I used to follow, and it wasn't even long from home. So that path, and then you walk this way down there, and that's the school. So I want to get into the school. Unfortunately, this school has never had any barbed wires fenced around the school or any walls. So it's just some thorns which have been planted here for demarcations, but they have spaces where we can pass, like this one. And this is not the front, this is not the gate, this is from the back. It's the one I've used right now because it was the nearest path I used to follow when coming to school. So this is my school where I schooled, and this is a teacher's house. This is how they used to build the teachers' houses. Actually, this one we can say it's modern because long time ago when I was schooling, they were grass thatched, and that's the reality. Down there, you can see toilets. So there's this metallic toilet. That's where we used to have those metallic toilets before these ones were built. And then there's another school, that is a secondary school that was built, which is even less than 10 years old. Actually, is it less than 5? Can't really tell. And the school has some farms. They even tried to plant some forests, because it's the kids who are planting the forest. They have some school clubs for planting forests, and even there's another one out there for planting forests and having some farms where they do some little farming. So where that school is used to be the entire field, but we'll get there. These days they don't have a very big field. So I'm just going to take you. The school never used to look this way. It's looking better. Some flowers have been planted, and even they have concrete walls, which never used to be there initially. So what used to be there were some mud houses in the name of classes, in the name of classrooms. So this is a classroom. So I'm not going to go the front view first. We are going to walk this way because there's a class at the end. I want simply to show you my class, the class where I used to sit when I was young. Today, the kids are not in school because it's on a weekend, and the schools have closed as well. So the kids are not actually in school. That's why it's just vast. I don't know what these buildings are for. There's this small one, it looks like a rabbit house. And then there's another one up there which used to be the kitchen for cooking teachers' food, where the teachers used to get their lunch from. And then I don't know what this one is. The last time I left it, the structure wasn't there. So just go. So when I started schooling, it seems this is a class. Since this is a classroom, I'm not sure, but since it's a classroom because there's a board there indicating 2nd of August 2023. It's PP1, and then could be there's some rain getting in. When it rains, the water flows in. I don't know how they're surviving, but the classroom is so big. I don't know how many kids sit here. Anyway, it's PP1. So this is the classroom which used to be my classroom when I was young. This is a corridor, and I'll tell you a story behind this corridor. I tell you, school life was crazy. So being that the kids are not here, we'll just walk around. I don't know, this is also PP, this PP2. This class these days is partitioned. It used to be one whole classroom, the way you see, it's partitioned, but the floors pathetic. Man, the government should do something because it's a government school. So it used to be one huge classroom. And funnily enough, we used to fill this classroom, for your information. And then this floor never used to be this way. It was just a mud floor. Then we never used to use these desks. We were using stones. We were sitting on stones. And actually that is when this classroom was built. But before then, because those structures were brought down, before then we used to have classrooms that the walls were mud walls, and then they literally didn't have these steel windows, and even these ones don't have any glasses, but there's some that have glasses, some are broken. So the windows didn't have this steel, it was just an opening looking like a window, so kids could jump in and jump out through the windows, and you will barely notice the difference between a window and a door. And that was where it all started. Then along this corridor, there are some teachers who used to come with, let me go backward. Yeah, now it's clear. There are some teachers who used to come with groundnuts, because my place, we grow groundnut, a lot of it. So some teachers used to come with groundnuts, they give us, and then they line us along this wall and along this other wall. You sit and you remove the grains. I don't know what that process is called. You remove the grains from the hard cover of groundnuts. If you've seen groundnuts, you can see that they have that hard cover. So removal, I don't know what it's called in English, but that is what we used to do. And if you try to taste even one, my friend, you'll die. You're beaten like an animal. This was standard 2 when I was young. And actually this one had the floor was looking this way. You see, the class is very big. The classroom is very big. It's just as big as the other one that has been partitioned. You see, on the other end they have 4 windows, and on the other side they have 2 windows in each class. So they used all to be 4 windows, and the desks were all full in this classroom. The classroom looks like a whole hall. Then that's it. This other classroom was just an extension made down there, and it never used to be there. When the CDF started coming over, that class was added. So this is what the standard 3 when I was growing. I don't know how these days they have arranged the classes. And you can still see that the doors are just open. You can just walk in, and you can see that these classes are huge. And this is just one character of the public schools we have here in Kenya. The classes are big, and the black walls as well, they're huge. I don't know why my camera is behaving that way. Yeah, it's now clear. So the black wall is equally big, runs from here up to the end. So that was standard 3. I don't know what class it is at the moment, but you can see how the classes looks like. So it's my origin. I feel good about it. And there's that tap. Wow. So this was added. You can see that one, this one. This, it was added, oh, seems the days of COVID, that's when it came in there. And then there are those toilets, girls toilets, and this corridor was later on put here. Actually, the classes never used to be here. They used to be down here next to these trees, and they were all mud classes, mud houses for a classroom. So that's it. That's it where we schooled. These are mock classrooms, and then this is their staff room. This is their staff room. You can see it is locked. Yeah, that is a staff room. This is where teachers will sit to do the marking as they view towards the gate and talk about pupils. If your school teachers didn't talk about students, then those teachers were so busy. Teachers are never too busy. Yeah, at least they can have time to talk about kids as they play around. They talk about, you see that child is this way and that way. I'm not saying a lie. If you're a teacher, leave a comment below if you normally do that. I'm not saying something that I don't know. I'm so certain about what I'm saying. Teachers talk about kids. They talk about their pupils. When the pupils or the students, they walk around, they play around. Teachers are there marking. This is a classroom, big one as well. And this is another corridor. Up here is where we started. So this is another classroom. Leave a comment below if you are a teacher. Tell me if teachers don't talk about students. They do. They do. Team Ushene, Umbea. And then this is another classroom. Actually, it looks like it's down there. I told you my place, it's very hilly. My place is very hilly, so at least grounds must be dug for you to get an even. You see, this one is not even even. Can you see? There's somehow it's sloping down that way. Teachers talk about their students. So that's it. That's it. So they really don't have a very concrete. This is a classroom, the one I was talking about. So teachers will come to stand at the window to see who is talking and who is making noise. And remember who? Remember them who had, I don't know, Richard or whatever. And those things we used to write them on the wall. And even on Sisal, oh my goodness, that was crazy. Let me get to this window and see what is on this other end. We used to write on Sisal, remember so and so, or so and so is whose friend. Those are memories, guys. So this is the field. We are going down there, so you don't have to rush over it. So as I was saying, the kids, the school doesn't have a concrete assembly ground, but at least they have somewhere where the teachers stand. I don't want to go down there because this is sloping down. I don't want to go up to the assembly ground, but there's this structure here. This structure. There's this one. Let me see this structure. You can see there's some metal on top. That's where they put the flagpole, and that is where the teachers stand while addressing the kids, and the kids just line up down there. That's where they do their parading. Then the government did so well. They have a big tank here, so kids can easily have some place to wash and drink water. I think this is just a tree and flowers. So as I continue taking you around, this is my school, as I can remind you. And I don't know what this is. Could be this was a tap coming from the tank up there, I suppose. So this is a new school that was built, and it has not even stayed long. I don't even want to go down there because it's about my school that I was showing you, not the new school that was built. This seems it's a new toilet, and now I have to walk up the hill. You see how my place is very rich with the trees. Trees are all over the place. If not trees, then the grass is green. Right? So that's about my school. I'm feeling excited to have come to check out on my origin, where it all started. It's memories, guys. It's memories. When you walk along the corridors of where it all began, or some places you visited maybe 10 or 15 years ago, you can feel that there's some memories you made around that place. So much memories. There's another tank up here. I didn't leave this tank. I don't know when it was put up there. And you can see the school is trying to put more water for the children. So because we're climbing up the hill, let's have a little sit down here. This is a rock. Oh my goodness. This is a rock. Guys, so you can actually see how close my home is from the school. So it was just a matter of crossing a fence and you're in school. But funnily enough, I still used to be late. So it's just something that is known. If you're coming from very far, at least you'll make efforts to come early. But when you're coming from the nearest people are always the latest. Actually, I still used to get late. So my home is where you can see a tank. I hope you saw that place. And that is my home, and this was my school. So it was easier to cross over. But now, maintaining time, trying to come early, we just used to assume that, thinking that the school is too near, we'll arrive on time, and then we still meet teachers who used to beat us. Oh my goodness, those are memories. What do you remember about your school? I remember a lot. When I walk along these corridors, I remember a lot about my school. And that gives me some very vivid memories of how things used to go. But these days there are a lot of changes. A lot of buildings have been pulled down, so that so much memories have been buried. But even if the memories are buried, at least you can still get one or two memories to count on. So that was about my school. It feels so fresh here, guys. It feels so fresh. Let me show you why it feels so fresh. Like, I feel like sitting here for the longest time. Let me show you why it feels fresh. So you can see down here, let me tell you, this is not a flat ground. It's something that slopes. It slopes down. If I put my camera this way, you can see that it's sloping, because my camera is at 90 degrees, but the ground is not at 90 degrees, so it's sloping. So why it's having that fresh air, see, on the very farthest end there's some hills. On the other end, you can see, even between these trees, you can see, and there are lots and lots of trees around. So you really breathe in fresh air. There are no lots of noise, and so conducive for learning, and the place is green and so beautiful. So up to that end, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and keep supporting your girl. Leave a powerful comment for me. What do you think about my school? Yeah, so we're going up the hill. I'm actually going back home because it's almost lunch hour, so I'm going back home to see if there's something that is ready for lunch. So I love you all, and I'm so grateful that you watched till this end. And I still love the environment. It's so green and so beautiful. And until we meet again in the next video, my home is just here, right here behind me. You can see the blue gates you were seeing. Yeah, so until we meet again in the next video, bye bye.